Hello, hello. Welcome back to the Angel Channel. Uh, so excited to be here today. We started something new, and it feels really good. I must say, Brian, how are you feeling?
I'm loving living with the angels more
Yeah.
than living with the tarot cards. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, just a little note about the music for the opening of the show.
Yes.
I'm big about the whole numerology thing and making musical sequences out of the numbers, and the piano sequences in there were created with the words Angel Channel.
I love that. I love that. I love the way you work. I love the way everything. If I talk to you, I find out that something you did was somehow based in like some secret numerology code or something like that. I love that. It's amazing. Grace Grella, what's happening? Angels amongst us.
So
Yeah.
Grace is with us. Grace got her deck today, man. How you digging it, Grace?
Oh, Grace got her deck. How
Yeah.
do you like your deck, Grace? I also want to, while we're waiting for Grace to say something, I want to encourage anybody who's out there to comment in the chat, in the live chat with us live, or make comments below. Tell us about an angel experience you had. We want to have guests on the show that are going to be talking about that kind of stuff. So we want to make this a really interactive and engaging experience for everybody. So
And
please.
to that note, I want to be doing live readings for people on every show. So if you're out there, you want to talk to the angels a little bit, let's have a conversation for you.
Absolutely. We got Jilly out there, and Grace says she loves it. She loves the deck.
So have you had any angelic experiences over the week, Michael?
uh, my angelic experience was not a good one. It was one of purging. My body needed to get rid of something, and that's what it did. I got violently sick yesterday and needed to take a day off. I think my body was just telling me to relax and stop overworking. Um, so yeah, I guess that was an angelic experience. It was, and Grace is saying it's a brilliant deck, Brian.
So Grace, have you pulled a card yet? Have you pulled your first card yet? Love to know what it is, if you'll share it with us.
Yes, please share us your first card. Um,
Yeah,
awesome.
you
So,
know,
what about you? Have you had
push
any
the deck
angelic
a little
experience?
bit. Like I have a bunch of friends that have decks that like don't really read, but they're that's the thing they collect.
Right.
And yeah, if you're out there and you're looking for one of those kinds of decks, the Angel deck and the Tarot deck both are really like top of the line.
Definitely,
Yes,
definitely collector's items
it'd
for
be a
sure.
really great addition to the collection. So grab one if you can. Hold on.
That's right.
A silver encrusted
Let's
beauty.
do a simultaneous showing of the.
Yeah,
Yes,
there
it's
you
it's a
go.
it's a beautiful deck, beautifully printed. Of course, beautiful artwork. And it's not. You know what? It's what's so great about it. And I tell you this all the time about the layers. It's not just the beauty of the artwork. It's the layers of the intention and energy that's put into each image. I mean, you go all the way to the when you're about to create the image, invoking the angels to be there when you're shooting, you know what I mean, all the way through the process.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
That was a life-changing experience. And the more distance I get from that, the crazier that was a really compressed, I mean, 72 days in a row of like channeling angels, was they're as pure and as beautiful and pristine as their energy is. It's a lot higher vibration than ours, and it kind of like you'll feel it for real. Oh, on the subject of channeling angels, I'm talking to our friend B Divine, who has a really great channel on YouTube, and I was lurking on her channel, a couple weeks ago, and saw one of her videos on channeling angels, and I
Oh,
really kind of love her take on the whole metaphysical world, astral world, and I'm
awesome.
hoping she'll join us in the next.
Awesome. Yeah, she was great. She was a great guest, and we love having her. And look at this. Grace Grella pulled the card 10, the Angel of
Oh,
Divine
Grace!
Grace.
Oh my goodness sakes! See, that's when you know they're talking to you, right there.
Totally, totally. That's amazing.
I couldn't. Oh, that's a great card.
Perfect,
That's a great card. That's a great
perfect.
card.
Julie loves
Here,
Be
hold on.
Divine.
Let me read that. Let me read that one.
So impactful. So what is it, number 10? Let me find it while you're reading it.
Yeah, number 10, Angel of Divine Grace. Face it, the situation is bad. Accept your feelings. It's an unfair, unequal situation, and insecure emotions bloom when you feel underappreciated and underrecognized for your contribution and hard work. Feelings of insecurity produce resentment and dissatisfaction as you perceive and accept the truth of the inequity of your prosperity, and your prosperity is suffering. Any relationship is built on an agreement between those who have and those who don't. Doling out attentions, promises, or finances can be a manipulative means of keeping people bound to you. Learn to gift with no strings, no conditions, according to your ability, and to receive your gifts. Then you will be on solid ground in your relationships. When success is measured in terms of what you give, everyone shares in it. If success is measured in terms of what you get, you will always be chained to the need for more. So stop being so defensive. Yes, you are. They just like give you yeah, right? Exactly. So impactful. Grace, I'm just beyond excited for your journey with these guys. Hey, Grace, have you been a card reader before? Do you do other oracle decks, or is this your first deck?
That's a good question. I don't know. I know she has an amazing psychic medium show that I help her with. I don't know if she hasn't pulled any cards on the show. Jilly, I pulled 56, Angel of Fortune and Support. Nice, nice. Let's bring that one
Yeah.
up. I love the fact that I can access these pretty quickly and pop them up. So this is 56. Angel of Fortune Support, and then we're going to be going through these,
Card by card.
one
Yeah.
by one. So we'll get back to this one, I'm sure.
Awesome.
Awesome. So,
Grace, you'll appreciate the fact that these are connected to the wizard deck, and in the manual, I think you've probably already noticed the tarot card that's associated with these goes with them, and I think that'll lend a whole nother level of goodness to these for you. So very exciting.
yes, absolutely.
I love it when my children find homes of loving and appreciative parents. It just makes my heart just.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I told you about my friend Raven Adams, right? Who places the cards around and they find who they're supposed to find too.
Yeah.
We'll have to get her on the show too. She said she had some angel experience too, so we can get
I
her
love
on the show.
that.
Yeah, and she places around sometimes tarot cards, but sometimes angel cards as well.
Yeah, cool.
So,
All right, so last week we started talking about I talked about a couple of my angel experiences, and one of those was repeatedly with the Archangel Michael, and I was talking about a particularly dark time in my journey, and I was just really on my knees yelling out for help. And I had been in the middle of just discovering this mode of taking pictures from the other side through mirrors with a Polaroid camera. And when you don't do the flash on the Polaroid camera, it's like a long exposure kind of scenario. And if you push it and give it energy, then what's on there sort of would be blurry. And I found that they had the opportunity to take that blurry like energy and form it into stuff.
wow.
So I had always had a really, since I was a young little Catholic altar boy kid, had a really cool relationship with Michael, and as stern and as intense as people talk about him being, and he is, he's always just been so kind, and like shakes his head as I screw up again and again and again and again, and even as he's admonishing me, like, why did you get in this situation to begin with? Like, that picture like was his presence all
So
over.
you want me to bring that up? Let's do
Yeah,
it.
that'd be
So
great.
boom, look at that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And this was before digital manipulation, right? This was no
Digital
digital,
manipulation.
yeah, no digital manipulation in this. This
There
was
were barely computers.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, this is just a hardcore right out of the old Polaroids used to come in little 10 packs, right? And then
yeah.
spit it out, and you'd watch it develop. And
That must have
watching
been
this
amazing.
develop was like, oh my God, because it was me in the mirror. I was like shooting myself in the mirror with the
Oh,
Polaroid. And I like
wow.
jacked up really hard and I like hit it and went boom right into the mirror. And this is what came out.
Wow. That's see, now you just added so much to the story. That's amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
it kept tripping me out, and I kept getting. I was really outnumbered in a very bad situation, so I kept getting signals out of the astral through these Polaroids that really
Stay
helped me
strong.
maneuver that whole scenario and make it out in one
Nice.
piece with my head still on my shoulders,
Nice.
which is
Wow.
always a good thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love this. I love that this is like it's like you look at your work now and this is like the roots of it, you know what I mean? It's just like it's really great. It's
Yeah,
really great. I love it. Awesome.
no two of them ever came out the same.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So I
Awesome.
have to give props to my friend, my longtime 30-year like cohort in crime, Brandon, came up this weekend, and
All right.
Brandon's been like my foxhole buddy. It feels like we've been through war together. Making all
Yeah.
those videos and all the
Yeah.
music for all of those 22 songs for the tarot that we did and the music videos. Oh my God, we were like laughing about that this weekend. Anyway, I was going to hit him up for being a sponsor on the show, and I was hoping to get a little nifty better webcam than I have now, and he winds up showing up with a Nikon Z rig and like all the microphones, the lavaliers, the 4-track mixer, and like I'm just the only reason it's not on right now. As a matter of fact, there it is.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Wow. He gave that to you.
He did. He gifted that
That's
to me
amazing.
on the show. Yeah, so I'm very excited about that. I can't wait to do some light painting with it. It's just like I felt like a kid at Christmas on Saturday. It was
That's
really
amazing.
amazing. So deep, heartfelt thanks for not only that, dude, but like, man, the lifetime.
Well, we'll have to come up with yeah, we'll have to definitely come up with some sort of acknowledgement for him as a sponsor on the show, like a little graphic.
No, I asked him about that already,
No?
and to be honest with you, he's like so busy in his like little zone that he didn't really want to do that. So,
Oh
um,
no, but I mean just for us to acknowledge or just put his name up on the screen or something, you know what I mean? Well, I guess we could just shout him
I
out.
think we should
Thank
both
you,
just.
Brandon.
Well, this is an angel show. We're trying to elevate it. I was gonna say, thanks, bud.
Yes,
Love
totally,
you
Brandon.
very much, man, and I'm looking really forward to showing you the fruits of uh, that come out of the gift. So
Amazing,
it
amazing.
will be well used. So
I love that. Oh, I also wanted to mention before we get into the first card officially, um, is that we also have the Angel Channel show Instagram and our YouTube page and our Facebook page. So if you guys like what you're seeing, please just join us, support us there. That helps, again, that helps tell the algorithm that there's something out there that you like and that you want more of it. So
and please like and subscribe.
exactly, exactly.
I've never been good about asking for any of that stuff, but would greatly appreciate your help in any area like that.
1,000,000%, 1,000,000%. And Grace is saying gratitude is always a blessing. I love the way she's putting that because it's like somebody comes and they give you something and that gives you the opportunity to have gratitude. It's like besides the stuff, you also get the gratitude, which is really amazing. Oh, and Ellen's out there. What's up, Ellen? Good to see you. Welcome to the Angel Channel. We are about to get into it.
Well, on the gratitude thing before we elevate everything, one of the things I've been doing of late, I've been really overwhelmed with like just joy and gratitude. And it's like, hasn't been because of anything that's been happening. It's like just because it is. And I,
Amazing.
and when that, like, it's like the Ace of Cups, the 10 of Cups, it's just overflowing out of the top, and taking that and sending that back to the source has
Mm,
been a just miraculous and
I love it.
amazing experience. And like I've been using that little like triangle thing, where I'm sending out uh energy from my hands and my third eye, and making this pyramid that's going all the way through all of my bands, through all of the me's that are existing on every level, all the way back to the source, and
Amazing.
sending that like in a beam right through the top of that pyramid all the way back, and
Wow.
just doing that with like all the energy I have, and just sending that out, not wanting anything, just sending it. And the reflections that have been coming back from that have just been amazing. These weird synchronicities where, like, I had about 3 or 4 days where everywhere I went, I ran into people that I'd never see in that place. And
Right.
those people needed to meet each other.
Wow. Oh, I love that. I
Yeah,
love that.
really crazy. Like, wow, that was
You're in
just
the
the
flow,
weirdest
man. You're in the
experience.
flow of the universe right
So,
now. That's great.
just sending out that gratitude brings just the reflections back from that are just absolutely amazing
Wonderful.
every way. All
I
right,
love
so
it.
let's elevate this thing. What do you
All
say?
right.
All right, so I'm going to try to do something tonight where I'm not just elevating the energy in the room. I want everyone to kind of like get quiet, close your eyes, and go inside and imagine right in your solar plexus this ball of burning light. Imagine that the sun is on your solar plexus, and
Mhm.
just make that brighter and brighter, and just deep breaths in, and you're just focused on that, and that ball is just getting bright and just illuminating the room. And you can just feel like, ooh, feel it coming up through your feet and all through your body. And as that gets brighter, what we're going to do is connect our energies and create a vortex with everybody listening right now and participating, so that whatever readings we do for individual people will also more than likely, as I kind of like discovered last week, be appropriate for everyone as well. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll see how it feels just getting like really energized up. All right, so here we go. Let's really brighten up. Let's just take really 3 super deep breaths in. And with those breaths, just be drawing as much energy as you can and lighting up the sun in your solar plexus so that it just glows. We're going to be creating a sacred space that all of us share in the same moment, in the same spot in the astral. We're going to purify the space and elevate its frequency so that we can share time with the angelic spirits. And we ask that they join us and be with us. I ask my birthday angel, Lekabel, to be with me the entire time. And we send our love and undying gratitude with all of our heart straight to the source. Kind of don't want to say anything. Feels all pristine and pretty.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to start talking about the first card. in the deck, and that is card number 1, Veshua. Yeah. And before we start talking about this, I have a really good friend named David Springman who has, life comes along and things can be really cool. And then all of a sudden it decides to dump about 6 or 7 things on top of you and just stretch you to the absolute max. And he's been having a really, really difficult time. And I would like to dedicate this discussion of this card to him. This card is about the primal fire, the creative energy. And I would just love to send a big bucket of that to David and elevate his energy and elevate his spirit and give him the energy and resilience to make it through this really hard time. And part of the reason I'm selecting this is because this is his birthday angel.
Awesome.
So
What's his last name?
Springman.
Spell it, please. Springman, did you say?
So
I wanted to put his name on the screen, on the bottom of the screen.
no, don't do that.
No. Okay. I just figured to give it some energy, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's all good. That was perfect. So this angel is like, this was one of the most intense ones that I brought in because it literally is the primal fire. We'll go over to the next page from the manual. Yeah. The archangel associated with this is Metatron. Metatron's one of the oldest and considered wisest of the angels and kind of the leader of the archangel crew. And also one of my favorite parts of this is the crystal that goes with this. It's a tricolor tourmaline, which I just find like, ooh, man, it is there. And it really represents the whole, like, boom, the explosion and ignition of the fire of energy and the fire of inspiration and the energy that you need to take through it. He's of the angel of the choir of angels. We're going to talk about the choirs of angels in just a minute. There are 9 different categories of angels, with each of those having 8 angels. That's not like the total of all of them. That's the number that are in this system. And the seraphim are the highest, one of the highest orders of angels, like next and closest to the pure light of God. And they're around to kind of like be protectors, but they're not really protecting God from us. They're protecting us from that, like, burn that light that is so bright and so intense and such a high frequency, we would just be vaporized and see you later. Yeah. All right. So here's the reading for this particular one. An important contract, transaction, or letter is indicated. You have jumped through all the hoops. Your foundation is solid. You are ambitious and a visionary thinker, willing to take the lead, hoping to make things better. Experience the fire and the creative power of your emotions. You are skilled and can manifest your ideas into reality. Face it, you're bored. Your successes have walled you in and your world appears minuscule. You're tired and out of new ideas for what more to do with your life. Your love of battle and challenge has left no satisfaction for your actual accomplishments after the fight has been won. You have all the fire you need to take new paths. Here you are with the world in your hands. Use the creative fire to shape it to your passion. Woo!
Yeah. I love it. We have a question from Grace. How do you determine your birthday angel?
Go back to the color page for a second, Michael.
The color page
of the manual that we were just looking at.
Okay. Hang on, I gotta open this one up separate. Uh, is it the chart with the
No, it's the very first page of the manual for this with the picture of the angel on it.
oh, I see. Okay, hold on. After the page after the table of contents. Bring this one up, share the screen. I might have to. I don't know if I could
You should
zoom.
have the Jeopardy music or something.
I'm gonna have to zoom this in here. Here we go.
That's not it, Michael.
That's not it.
It's the page for the angel, dude, not the first page in the manual. You had it up already. You already showed it.
All right. I'm just confused. Forgive me. So it was on. I gotcha. Okay. So we're sharing this page, and I was sharing not that window.
We're getting there. Okay. Grace, these pages at the very bottom in the copy, I don't know how well you can see it, but if you go and look in your manual, each of the angels has 5 dates that they're responsible for, and that will tell you which. You go in there and find your birthday in there, and that's how you get to it. And I would suggest that be one of the first things that you do, and ask that angel to be with you through all your readings. It's a really, really great, and I can't even tell you how rich that relationship is with my angel. And since I did the deck, and that entity has been with me the entire time, it is just a really rewarding and rich experience, and I have learned so much. There is so much there for them to give you if you ask and make them part of your life, and that's been a really worthwhile and fantastic part of mine. So I would entreat you to take that on yourself, Grace.
Yeah.
So last but not least, the tarot card that's associated with this is the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is a really great card. It's the moment after the ace is like provided the energy, and this is where the energy starts to get directed. And just like in the reading, it was talking about having access to this unlimited fire inside you, to do with you whatever you want. This is that moment when it starts to come together and get directed. You know, everyone should remember, we all go through like waves of ups and downs, but if you stop looking at the things that are outside yourself and start to realize that ball of energy that we lit up at the beginning of this discussion, that is your unlimited you. We are not the meat sack. The meat sack is just a temporary little meat sack that we have to hang out, but our light is unlimited. It's eternal. It's invincible. It's like, it is there in the darkest times. And I was thinking about that today,
Right.
when it's really super dark, when it seems like, man, I can't see anything, that's not the time to look for it outside yourself. That's the time to go in and take that light and brighten that thing up until you just glow, and you will light your own path. And that is when it gets really good.
Brilliant.
Really, really, really good.
Have I ever told you that you were wise?
No.
I'm surprised because
No.
it's what I'm thinking all the time. That's very, very, very wise words. I love that you had us breathe and light that light before you even made that connection to that. That's
You know, I make that part of my everyday, dude. I do
I
that
love it.
every day, every morning before I wake up, and I do
Yeah,
that's the last thing I do before I go to bed.
I love it.
Is light that thing up. I like, you know, I clean my aura every day. I do all the bands of my aura. It's
Yeah,
just it's not something that like I have to do anymore. It's like it's like eating. You know, you're gonna eat. And that's keeping my energy body and that part of me growing and happy and healthy really affects my physical
I
body
love it.
and my mental state. What little is left of that.
Well, I feel like even just acknowledging it, you know what I mean, is that's the key too, you know? It's like
Yeah.
acknowledging it and shaking hands with it, you know, and being with it.
So while we're in this, can you go? This is the right hand page of the spread. Can you go
Yep.
to the left hand page?
Indeed I can. There we go.
So Grace, this is for you too. These gold italicized things on the side, they're the psalm that is the invocation for this angel, and it'll tell you exactly. I think it's at the very bottom, the last little thing. Yeah, when the primo time. It's not like you have to wait for that time to go call them, but like if you really want to like see them, feel them, like have them like all over you and swim in that energy. Like doing that is a really, really great thing. And the Psalms are really they're cool. You know, I know there are biblical things and people have some issue with that sometimes, but to me it's a prayer, it's an invocation. It might as well be the God the Gayatri is, you know, it's just it's a collection of energy that works like really good. So stay out of the dogma and stay in this. And by the way, those symbols at the top of those pages are the angelic signatures.
I
I'm
was just gonna
seriously,
ask
I have no tattoos. It's been like decades and decades and decades. I have no tattoos, but I'm seriously thinking about getting my angel's signature tattooed on
I
me.
love it, and it's amazing because I mean, I'm looking up here at the symbol and I'm thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna ask Brian what that is," and I didn't even have to
You
ask
must
you.
be psychic. Oh my God.
I didn't even have to ask. Those are
Hey, I
great.
wanted to welcome Rachel or Raven rather. I'm
Raven,
sorry.
yeah, Raven's
Yeah.
here. Always good. Oh, Raven's always good for looking for a card pull. How is the time and direction determined? Julie's asking.
Time and direction was determined by the angels themselves.
Mhm.
And it's also related to the astrological chart. The astrological chart is 360 degrees. Each of the angels um, is a 5 degree segment of that. And what those degrees are shown on the cards on the right hand side of the card.
Mhm.
So it is determined by that. And yeah, well, there it's at the left.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's determined by that, and it was also input from them.
Great. Beautiful.
Yeah. So anybody out there looking for a reading?
Excellent. Yeah, let's start pulling some cards.
And give me 2 seconds to go grab some more liquid. I'll be right back.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So if anyone's looking for reading, just let me know in the chat. Also, if you are looking for reading, if you have a specific question, state your question. That would be easiest because there is a little bit of a delay. So trying to talk to you guys in chat isn't real time 100%. But yeah, or if you just want some general knowledge, like a general message, you can say that as well. But um I love it when there's questions and the answers come up. And Jilly's asking, how are the degrees used?
It determines when and what frequency of energy is available to you, and if you're looking for those, you don't have to always use your birthday angel. That's just your birthday angel. But if you're looking to contact different angels for different purposes, then knowing those degrees and the astrological sign in which they live is a useful tool for determining how the energy is going to flow. So one of the other things I wanted to talk about are the angel choirs.
Okay.
And I'd hope to have I did a thing on the wall. Yeah, but Jacob Jacob got sick, so he's not here to help me with the second camera tonight. So
Oh.
I'm just going to refer back. Sorry, not the best, but so it goes. So there are three groups of three angels. And the first group is the first order of angels, and those are the seraphim, the cherubim, and the thrones. And those angels are mainly concerned with being close to God and taking care of those assignments that he puts out. Then the second tier of angels are the priests, and those are the dominions, the virtues, the powers, and they're kind of like the overall looking at the rules and regulations of God's will and how those things are manifested, and kind of like laying down orders to some of the lower angels on how to like carry out those individual plans.
Mhm.
And then the third order are the third order are the ones that are ministering to actual people. And those are the principalities, the archangels, and the angels. And all of these are different kinds of energetic beings. The seraphim, and I am just absolutely dying to do versions of, I've been doing a lot of research and finding exactly how they look from the original like communication of these guys, right? So the seraphim are like, it's like this DNA kind of swirl, but they're like six spheres that do like an infinity symbol, but with an extra thick donut in the middle. And off of those, there are six wings. And the color of them is it's like this scarlet red and gold. And it's fire. It's like this burning fire. And the cherubim are like, they're not the little baby things that you see. These are really super cool. They're like this little conglomeration of light, and it's like a peacock feather kind of scenario going all the way around. But the peacock feathers don't have just one eye; they've got like lots of them all the way down the feathers. Super, super cool. And the thrones, I think, are one of the weirdest ones of all, because they're the series of wheels within wheels within wheels, and on the outside surface of those wheels are eyeballs.
I've seen some drawings and interpretations of this. It's very visual.
It's out there. It really is. Yeah.
And you're describing it great. It's very visual. Very.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to going back and trying to channel those exact shapes and forms. You know, I think they showed up in the smoke for me to be like, so I could recognize what was happening, and like that's where I was at the time. But I want to go higher. I want to go higher. I want to see more. I need more.
He's going back in, folks. He's going back in.
Yeah. So then all of those three are related to dealing with God himself. They don't really deal with people all that much.
Okay.
The dominions are the second tier, and the order of priests are really the ones that deal with the angels that deal with us. There are occasions where they intervene and show up as well, and have specific tasks that they've been assigned. But for the most part, they're giving orders to the other, the lower order of angels that interacts with us. And the first one are the dominions, and they really are about looking out how God's will is actually manifested, and figuring out how that really happens. And they come in kind of a human shape with like this triple crown above them. And I'm looking forward to that one too. The virtues are the angels of miracles. They're the ones that like actually There you go. And they're really beautiful. They're kind of like a little bit of a humanoid kind of shape. I've actually gotten close to some of these in some of my light paintings. And they've
Oh, yeah.
got 4 blue wings like coming off of them. My wings look really bird-like and like feather-like, and that's really cool. But as much as those wings look like the things I see on them, they're more like, you remember the movie James Cameron's The Abyss? And
Yes.
there's creatures down there, and they've got these like diaphanous kind of like energy things. It's like those wings that I draw are kind of like that. And I'm working to try to get that diaphanous texture in there and have that happen. Yeah, and then the powers are just these glowing orbs, and they're the ones that keep the universe in balance, like the whole universe.
Wow.
Big job.
You think?
Yeah. And then, any questions, Mr. Zinn?
I would love. It's a shame Jacob's not there because I would love to see this chart. But I think it would maybe next week we can look at it or we can make a graphic or something because I love these things visual. I thought she was probably chomping at the bit. I was going to ask you if there was an easy way for Grace to determine which card her birthday is, but she was looking through the deck, which is what I was going to suggest, and she found it, card 31, the Angel of Intellectual Talent, which also seems very appropriate for Grace. Awesome. Is there an easy way to figure out your birthday, or no? You've just got to kind of look at the cards and figure out which one your birthday shows up on.
No, there's not an easier way.
Yeah. All right. Well, she did it. She did it.
Dude. Well, you want to just press a button and find it? Yeah, I've thought about doing that, but part of the journey is looking for it. No?
That's right. I agree with you. So, but she
There aren't
asked
that many pages. There are only 72.
Yes, she asked the question a couple of minutes ago, and you were in your thing, so I didn't want to interrupt you. And then I was like, "Oh, she's probably chomping at the bit." And so while she was waiting, she looked and she found it. She answered her own question.
Okay. So the principalities, the archangels, and the angels are the ones that people like kind of relate to most. And because they not only interact with us, but their form is more human-like. The principalities, they regulate the duties of the other angels, and they kind of come in like an armor-looking thing. Not so much wings, but kind of soldier-like.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the archangels come, and they're very human-like, and like the lower angels, but a lot bigger and way brighter. And they really are the commanders over the angels at large, and they give out the marching orders and the things to do, and here's how we help you, right? And then last but not least are the regular level of angels, and those are the ones that people see, and they look like humans. But that's for a reason, because if they came looking like the seraphim, it'd scare the hell out of most people. Oh my God, there's fire in my house with wings on it. Must be from the devil. No, it's a seraphim.
So, let me ask you a question. You just kind of got me thinking. What about, do angels appear like in other people in our lives? You know what I mean? Like if you meet someone in their existence and their relationship to you and whatever it is that they do, it's like an angelic response in relation to you. You know what I mean? Like somebody
It's an actual person, then it's not an angel.
It's not an angel. Okay, so the no people they don't.
They just have that. They just have that vibe and influence about them, and that's how you resonate with them. But that's and angels, like, there are a lot of other beings out there that are more than willing, if you give them an open door, to say, well, let's do some squatting here, man. They can't evict us anymore. So they move in, but the angels will never like interfere in your life, and they'll never come in, that you might see an angel that looks like a person that you don't know that has some impact on you. And that could be that, Miracle on 34th Street.
Right. That's kind of what that's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah, but that wasn't somebody that was in their lives. That was somebody that like
They
showed
just
up
ran into right. Gotcha. Gotcha. Right. Right. Right.
exactly.
No,
So
that
they're never going to come into someone you know and take control of that person and act with that person. They
gotcha.
find
Gotcha.
their own way to like talk directly with you.
Right. But
And
it might be a homeless person on the street that you interact with or something like that. That's kind of was my
you
question,
never
right?
know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you
That
know, and hold sometimes they show up and God shows up in the form of a beggar
right.
to see how you're going to act.
Right.
You know?
That's what I mean, like and then your interaction with them is a blessing, somehow, you
Yeah.
know. Cool.
All right. So let's see. I guess we have time for a reading here.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good. How's everybody doing out there? Everybody's pretty quiet. Everybody but Grace. We love Grace. Grace is always a participant. Um, so I mean, I think there's, a bunch of people out there. If anyone is looking for a reading,
I'm
again,
going to do one for Jilly.
we're gonna do a reading for Jilly.
Hey, Jilly, I got that package today, by the way. Thanks. Can't wait to brew that tea up.
Nice. Thanks, Grace, we love you too. Thank you. Thank you for being here. You help make it what it is.
Words of wisdom from my friend Jilly. Words of wisdom from my friend Jilly. Words of wisdom from my friend Jilly. Number 4, the angel of divine power.
All right, let's grab
That
that
sounds juicy, Jilly.
one. Hold on, let me grab that. There she is.
Listen to the voice calling for a new path. Acknowledge when your talents, abilities, and work are being wasted. An answer is on the way, but there is still much to be accomplished. Well, don't we know that? An equilibrium must be established. You're focused on your inner pain, blinding you to the outer opportunities. Oh my goodness gracious God. You turn away from the power that is always there for you to use. You're too giving and allow others to manipulate and take advantage of your giving nature, and this allows others to use and take advantage of you. Double check everything before moving ahead. Careless methods can ruin your crop. You may experience the failure of some project due to storms or problems that are greater than you had anticipated. A trauma and resulting memories have caused you to disconnect. New opportunities are here, but you must present and in the now in order to recognize them and take the proper action to assure success. You must be alert to the new opportunities that present themselves now and use them wisely. Remain open and receptive to new business ventures and partnerships with reputable people. Commit to operating from a place of light and integrity as you march forward.
Wow.
Jilly, 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 Jilly. I don't
No
know if
way.
that's talking to anybody else, but
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, really
Yeah,
crazy.
amazing.
So the little symbols on the side, at the bottom of the card, on the left
Yeah,
side of the card, right?
yeah.
Yeah, those are little keys to other bits of information. Like the top number is the Three of Wands. The
Mhm.
Three of Wands is a great card. That's like waiting, standing on the precipice over the harbor, watching your ships come in. The next symbol is the symbol for the sun. So that's the planet that's associated with it. The next symbol, the 15 degrees to 20 degrees, that's your
Yeah,
5 degrees there, Jelly.
yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the astrological sign, and then the symbol for the element of fire. And then this angel is also a seraphim.
Beautiful. And then here is the name of the angel. And what these symbols, what are they? A specific, did you just channel those, or are those a specific
No, those are ancient, actually.
ancient like an ancient set
Yeah.
of?
And I did not design or draw those. Those were
Wow,
things I found along the
so cool.
quest.
Really cool.
Actually, they led me. And when I started, really got into working on it, they led me to different stuff. It was really fun.
Oh wow.
And I love those symbols. I love those symbols. Those are just crazy.
Yeah. Really, really cool.
And those, those kind of come from my my more tribal excursions into the light. Yeah.
Mhm, mhm. Very cool. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, I think this was great episode. I'm excited to move forward. I don't know. Tell your friends who are into this stuff. I think there's certainly a community of people out there who can really resonate with these messages and this information. I've been really excited. Bryan is such an amazing artist, wizard, human being. So I've been just so grateful to be able to work with him on this show and other things that we do together. So I guess I'm just expressing my gratitude at the end of the night for this. It's always great. I was really like disconnected today, and I knew that this would kind of ground me in and bring me a little bit back to myself. So thank you, Bryan.
We're going to close this. I'm going to close this down now.
All right.
I'd like to give thanks and send our love for our deep connection and the energy we shared tonight in the reflection of the light. We give thanks and close the sacred space until next week, and we look forward to you joining us here again. Thank you.
I love it. All right. We'll see you guys next week.